Eric Clapton asked me if there was something brewing about a documentary being done, and he was concerned. And he asked me if I would get involved because that would create a comfort factor. So he wasn't saying he wouldn't do it, but he was saying he would do it under these circumstances. And so I agreed to do it. Not instantly, I needed to kind of sleep on it, but and then very shortly after that, there was a little bit of conversation about making it in LA. Then we just decided to do it in London. And I asked my friends in the business, who's a great producer in London, to help me do this. And everybody said John Batzik. Literally, they said John Batzik in a row, one call after the other. So, and then somebody else that recommended, John said to me, I think this is too small a project for him. So I thought I had to woo him. So our first calls were on FaceTime, and I was trying to woo him to do the project. And that's how we met. Well, in the early days, it was very, very scary because there's not a lot of performance, early performance footage. And sometimes we had to make a feast out of a contact sheet. And those things are not comforting. You know, there's no performance of lots of things that you would find so important. So there was a lot of times where there'd be a period of time, if you were keeping a chronological list, there is nothing. There is nothing. So in those early days, it was pretty scary that we would have an interview and it would be, what are you looking at? Because we had made the decision that you weren't going to have, I wasn't going to have talking heads in the movie.
The funny thing is, though, I should say, I mean, it's of no consolation to Lily now, but you know, first of all, I know that with photographs, and particularly with the graphics person we use, but actually lots of other filmmakers also have their own people. There's so much you can do that you can create, you can make film, you can make movement, and so I was always, and I think I mentioned Alison very early on in the process, and because I know, because we've done it so many times, you don't need that much to be able to give a sense of moving image, etc., that can cover the stuff that Lily was worried about we would never be able to cover. And so all the daunting aspects of making this film are things that, it's strange actually, because when I hear Lily talk about the fact that she's not a doc director, you know, I know it can be done. And when you have someone super talented as she is and an editor who's super talented, one way or another you'll figure out how to do it, because we've done it lots of times. You can do it, and you may not even know, and I may not even know on day one how the hell we're going to do it, but we're going to do it.
There's a lot obviously in his career that I had to kind of brush over, but I picked the most dynamic stuff we could find. And in the early days, like for the Roosters and for the Yardbirds, I had more to draw on. I used what we could find.